Tonight, and Andrew Lessman is coming.
Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome on in to a special 2-hour spectacular with Mr. Andrew Lessman, live from beautiful Aspen, Colorado. Tonight is a huge night for everybody that's looking for Ultimate Eye. It's going to be a Today special coming up at midnight. Our first hour, as always, is a mixed bag. Some of the best of Andrew's biggest customer pick favorites. And of course, we love sharing with you all the special pricing and the special values. Andrew's going to be joining us live tonight via Skype, as always, and we're excited to share with you just the benefits of wellness. As Andrew always says, investing in yourself is the best thing that we can do, especially in the crazy days and weeks that have been behind us, and hopefully not too many in front of us. In front of me, I do have the Today specials that are coming up at midnight. The brand new formula for Ultimate Eye Support, helping to give us, you know, promoting that healthy vision, helping to protect the tissues in our eyes. Not only is it a new formula, we also have a new launch. There's Ultimate Eye Support and Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin, a very, very important key ingredient that has been blended in for the first time ever. And I believe Mr. Andrew Lessman is standing by. It is always a great day when we get to talk to you, Andrew. How are you, sir?
For a great night.
Indeed.
So, I'm great.
How's Aspen?
How are you doing, Adam? Aspen is wonderful. As you know, I've been coming here for, I guess, for about 30 years. I come here every summer. I love to mountain bike. I love to run mountain trails. I just love being out in nature. So this summer is no exception. Normally, I would be in St. Petersburg right now for these shows, but our worlds have been a little bit turned upside down a little bit, so we're all adapting. But the puppies are here with me, of course, Yay. Lincoln and Marcel. So we're ready to talk about our Ultimate Eye. This will be coming up at midnight.
Yes.
Our Ultimate Eye and our Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin. This is a brand new formula we made dramatic changes to. So the formula almost bears no resemblance to the prior formula, and it's even less expensive. So we increased the lutein by 20%, the zeaxanthin by 20%. We added zinc, we added copper, we added a number of ingredients to the formula, increased its potency, increased the levels of anthocyanins for night vision, not just for clarity of vision, all the different things that this formula can do for you. And it's the lowest price it's ever been since I introduced an eye formula. So it's a great opportunity.
And as you say, Andrew, this is really the development that your customers wanted. Blending the astaxanthin in is something that people have been talking about and asking you for.
Yeah, as amazing as lutein and zeaxanthin are for the health of our eyes, and amazing is an understatement because they are referred to as the macular pigments. They are the optical pigments. Their role in the way our eyes work is just something that we literally can't live without. We can't see without. So lutein and zeaxanthin are absolutely essential for the functioning of our eyes. And what we did here is astaxanthin, a carotenoid that has even more powerful benefits than lutein and zeaxanthin. We added astaxanthin. Normally, it was a separate formula that came at a substantial increased expense. Now it comes at a small increased expense for the addition of astaxanthin. So you're getting high levels of lutein, high levels of zeaxanthin, high levels of astaxanthin, high levels of anthocyanins. And basically this year, you're getting all of them combined together for the price that in the past you would be paying for just the lutein and zeaxanthin on their own, but mind you, at a lower level. And when you consider these ingredients, and we have some great charts we'll talk about at midnight, that when I introduced my PC liver and brain formula, originally it was called PC liver. Then so much research came out that's benefits for the brain, it became PC liver and brain.
Right.
I feel like I ought to do the same thing with this product. It shouldn't just be Ultimate Eye. It should be Ultimate Eye and brain, and we'll talk about that later. The research on lutein and zeaxanthin in terms of cognitive function, brain, maintaining actually in young people and as we get older, supporting the brain function that becomes functions that become challenged as we become older. So for me, it's incredibly exciting. If the eye benefits alone, you still were on the fence about whether to try this, and certainly at the potency level, even if you took 1 capsule a day, not 2 capsules a day, 1 capsule, say, a week, you'd be getting more lutein and zeaxanthin than the typical American diet provides in a week. Just one capsule a week would deliver more than you're getting in an entire week of a typical American diet. So a real opportunity here.
And Andrew, to that end, there's also the booster, right? There's the maximum L and Z, which of course can work hand in hand with Ultimate I.
Well, the key ingredients in Ultimate I are lutein and zeaxanthin. So important now that ophthalmologists, I wonder what that noise was. It's Marcel chewing on a tennis ball.
I was going to say.
But the lutein and zeaxanthin, it's something that when I went to see my, oh, he's looking out the window now. Well, it might be interesting tonight if a bear comes up to the window, not an unusual thing.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Andrew.
You don't have to be scared, but maybe I should. But lutein and zeaxanthin, this was really at the request of my ophthalmologist and so many of yours as well. They just wanted a straight booster of 12 milligrams lutein, 6 milligrams zeaxanthin in a single capsule. And now that's not all about boosting in terms of eye benefits, but boosting also in terms of brain benefits. But it's the most affordable way to get these incredibly expensive ingredients, but to get them all in their proper natural forms, their natural isomers that deliver the greatest benefits. We've been doing this for decades, literally decades. I believe we're among the very first companies to put lutein in an eye product almost 30 years ago, zeaxanthin in an eye product almost 20 years ago. So this is something that we have an enormous amount of experience doing, and doing this correctly requires experience. And that's why this new revolution or evolution of these formulas delivers even more benefits at even lower cost, which is always my goal.
If you are heading to bed tonight and you can't wait till midnight, certainly you can order right now Max L&Z, and of course our Ultimate Eye support, and the brand new Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin is available to choose to buy. The pricing is the best of all year long, really extraordinary values. Of course, we'll go over it more at midnight. And thank you, of course, for being a part of our show tonight. We do love it. We're gonna get started over this way. We're gonna talk about our brains, we're going to talk about our heart, we're going to talk about all the reasons why omega products are so popular in America today. Brain, eye, heart health, there's so much there. The reality is, one of the things I've discovered working with Andrew, learning from Andrew, is that most of us, unfortunately, have maybe been shopping for omega products that aren't as good as they should be. For many of us, we're opting for products that are the synthetic form, which is not right. Andrew, across the country today, is got to be one of the most popular supplements, an omega product. This is an omega product like no other. And for anybody out there that's tried an omega product and not liked it, Andrew, you discovered and developed truly the key to enjoying omega.
And the key, it sort of goes along the lines of what we're talking about with lutein and zeaxanthin. When there is an ingredient that the science is crystal clear that it plays an essential role in our body. When I talked about lutein and zeaxanthin for our eyes, these are not drugs or medicines that work on our eyes. These are ingredients that are indispensable for the functioning of our eyes. And actually with omega-3s, indispensable for the functioning of our brain. DHA is 2/3 of the dry weight of our brain. It's the principal ingredient in this product. DHA, its highest concentration in the human body, is found in the retina of our eye. Lutein and zeaxanthin require DHA to deliver its benefits. In fact, I have research and science charts that whether we talk about the brain benefits of lutein and zeaxanthin, or the eye benefits of lutein and zeaxanthin, that you combine it with DHA, the omega-3, because again, highest concentration is found in the retina of the eye. 60%, or so roughly 65% of the dry weight of the brain is DHA, is the omega-3 in this product. So these are ingredients that I don't have to talk about their benefits in terms of how they work on your body, because they are your body. It's not what they work on. For your body to work, they must be there. It sounds almost too obvious to be true, but these are the essential ingredients that define the critical organs, the critical functions, that define our good health, that define our ability to maintain the functions that we all appreciate, whether it's healthy vision or healthy brain function. So what my job really becomes, as someone who's been manufacturing vitamins for 41 years, I've always said what my job, sort of what living in Aspen we all say, we want to enjoy nature. We just want to get outside and be in nature. What my job is when I'm making supplements is get out of Mother Nature's way, to deliver the ingredients, to deliver their benefits, to don't play games with them, don't transform them so they like the synthetic omega-3, you just alluded to that. The typical omega-3 product is an ethyl ester. We all know when we measure fats in our body, we measure triglycerides. And if you want an omega-3 to have a healthy influence on your triglycerides, it should be in the triglyceride form. That's the natural form that occurs in nature. So I marvel at the fact that the typical omega-3 product tastes terrible, upsets your stomach, repeats on you, and isn't even in its natural form. And then, instead of selecting the form of omega-3 that's 2/3 of the weight of your brain, that's even more highly concentrated in your eye, DHA, they focus on EPA. Yes, EPA is beneficial and very important, but DHA is far more important. Why do they do it the other way? That's the cheap way. That's the industrial commodity. My omega-3s have to be custom made for you because we want to do it following Mother Nature's blueprint and the blueprint in your body. We want to deliver health benefits. I'm less concerned about making a product that people think is marketable. I'm concerned with making a product that's absolutely positively beneficial. And the most important thing I have to do is make sure that when I'm delivering you these benefits, that I don't introduce any problems, any harm, any issues at all. And the typical omega-3 product is a miserable experience. My omega-3 product is a wonderful experience. We refer to the reviews on this product as literally love letters if you read them.
And there are many of them, over 3,000 to be precise. It's a product that is remarkably pure. It follows the science, it follows the research, and it has none of the negativity that you've experienced with other omega products like the fishy aftertaste, like the upset stomach. So I would encourage anybody that's shopping tonight. And you can see I have, Andrew, I lined them up, the usual suspects. Here's our Andrew Lessman omega-3. Look at the size of these others. Andrew, no wonder people don't enjoy taking them.
And what's funny is you look at ours, it's about 50 or 60% the size of that capsule, which of course is so much easier to swallow. And then when you look at theirs, I hope you understand that theirs contains less omega-3s.
Right.
Our product actually contains more omega-3s than theirs. So you get more of what you want in a small, easy to swallow capsule.
Right.
That will have no fishy aftertaste, that will never upset your stomach, that really breathes life in whatever you're doing in terms of your brain health, in terms of your eye health, in terms of your joint health, in terms of your skin and hair health. The essential omega-3 fatty acids, these are the fatty acids that are the radiance of our skin, that actually in terms of our blood flow, that helps us in terms of reducing stickiness of things like platelets and things. So our body relies on omega-3s as for that lubricating fatty acid, whether we're talking about blood flow, whether we're talking about our joints. So we can't live without them. It's a plain fact of life. That's not me saying it because I make an omega-3 product. We can't live without them because they are essential omega-3 fatty acids. Our body can't make them. If we're not eating fatty fish every day, we're not getting what we need. And what's great about my product is it's affordable. It delivers them in their proper form to deliver as long as you're going to be investing. You deserve the benefits. And that is with every single product I make, I strive over decades. When you look at the Today Special, my omega-3 product today, it's more affordable and a better product than it was. More affordable than it was 30 years ago. When you look at the Today Special at midnight on my Ultimate Eye, it's a better product today than it was a year ago or 10 years ago. Right. And it's also less expensive. So I strive to continue improving products because unlike most vitamins you see out there, we make everything. My new Ultimate Eye, my omega-3, we have reduced the size of my omega-3 capsule by about 30% over the last 15 years. And what have we done? Increased its potency. Smaller capsule, more benefits. So that's what we strive with everything, to deliver you the benefits you hope for, but you generally never get in a typical product, and we do it at a great value.
And the wonderful thing is that today's value is exceptional. It's a special savings event because Andrew is here for one of his big visits of the year. Of course, it's the birthday month. It's the birthday celebration with our really extra special savings, 30, 60, 180, or 360. There's the savings column. The savings mount up for the larger you go. That 360 caps, if you're taking one per day, is obviously going to represent the best value at under $100. We send it to you with free shipping and handling as well.
And we're very consistent with we try to adhere to a really rigorous calendar in terms of my Today Specials and things. So we will not be having a Today Special on omega-3 again until, I guess, April or May of next year.
Okay.
So don't think that, so the great pricing you're seeing today is probably going to be the next best pricing you'll see or the best pricing you'll see until April of next year. And also, just so everyone knows, because we made all of these wonderful changes to the Ultimate Eye formula, it took a little longer. So Ultimate Eye is our Today Special here in July. Normally that would be Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails. So Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails will be coming up in August. And normally I don't have an August visit, but we'll be back with Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails in August. Best pricing ever, best formula ever, so it's really exciting. So it'll be lowest price it's ever been in 30 years of having that formula. And that's exactly what we're doing at midnight today. 20% higher potency of all its key ingredients, and despite that, it's the lowest price it's ever been. And now you get to add astaxanthin for just a small additional investment instead of, as in the past, a huge additional investment. And of course, our omega-3s work perfectly, whether you're talking about Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails or Ultimate Eye. It works perfectly to ensure the greatest benefits from those formulas.
We're just about 44 minutes away from our today's special launch with Ultimate Eye, Max L and Z, so please stay with us. We're gonna head over this way. Thank you for your orders on our Omega product. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be the best you've ever had. Let's focus in on a better multivitamin. Let's talk about no more of the low potency multivitamins that are out there. Let's talk about no artificial colors, none of the fillers or binders. Let's talk about Essential One from Mr. Andrew Lessman. This is really where you start. For many of us, taking any vitamin starts with a multivitamin. If you can only do one per day, this is the one you would opt for. It's where I started. Many of you I know feel the same way. It's the best in the world. And that's not just my opinion. If you stack this up against all the other multivitamins, and Andrew often does that against the Centrums and the One-A-Days, it's remarkable to see the difference. I quickly want to show you, because every time Essential One is on TV, it's always popular. 30, 60, 180, or 360. I mean, obviously, I take one per day, as I'm sure you will. The 360 is your best bet. You're going to save $40 today. It's important to highlight the differences, Andrew, because for many of us, and we welcome in new customers all the time, we can all relate to the concept of a multivitamin. It's something all of us at some stage have certainly considered.
Absolutely. I just want to introduce everybody to the dog. So here's Marcel.
Hey, Marcel.
And Link.
Oh, look at Link.
So Link is 12, and Link just did a trail with me. He probably went up about 2,000 feet of vertical today here in Aspen. It's a trail he's been doing for 12 years. So he is actually as they both are, the guinea pig for our pet joint product, which is coming out soon. And our pet joint product is actually, hopefully everyone in Henderson is listening. The pet joint product, it's the most comprehensive joint product we make. So if you want to use the most comprehensive joint product we make, you're going to have to ask your dog for permission. But when we're talking about Essential One, this is really the foundation of a good diet. When we talk about nutrition, we typically start talking about vitamins and minerals. Certainly, we just spoke about our omega-3 fatty acids. Those are essential nutrients, just like vitamins and minerals. Your body can't make them. If your body can't make them and you're not getting them from your diet, you're having a problem. And that's an issue, unfortunately, with many of the ingredients in a multivitamin, typically vitamin D, vitamin B12, things like folic acid. If you're like me and about half or more of the population, you can't metabolize typical folic acid. So there's a special form of folic acid that can be delivered that virtually all vitamins ignore. It's called 5-MTHF, methyl tetrahydrofolate, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. That's the form that someone like me, or if you're like me, you'd need to get. It's the natural form of folate found in your body that doesn't require conversion. Unfortunately, many of us lack the ability to metabolize and convert normal or standard folic acid. But that's, again, something that we do that about half the population requires, that you will not find in any other multivitamin. Our B12, typical multivitamins, cyanocobalamin. Our B12 is methylcobalamin, the natural form. Ours is protected from stomach acid, so you could actually absorb our B12. And as you can see, Our capsules are full of an ultrafine powder. Theirs are artificial colors and rock hard tablets that the only thing I could guarantee you is difficulty swallowing their product and an upset stomach. I can absolutely guarantee you that the only thing my capsule will do when you swallow it is it tends to settle your stomach. It tends to be buffering, pH neutral. So again, it's all about taking something, as I always say, it's all about delivering. I pay attention to Mother Nature, of course, and the science, but then once you understand those two things, it's my job to deliver those benefits by getting out of the way, is what I always say. Whether it's ignoring what the typical multivitamins or vitamins do with B12 and using this very affordable cyanocobalamin. Cyano sounds like cyanide because it is. It's the same molecular component. So it's ignoring what they've done, and it meant for the last 41 years, it was very difficult work for us, and it continues to be. It's easy to do things as everyone else does it. If you want to do something special that's going to be beneficial and not cause the typical problem, it's hard work. It's the reason why we have a factory, because the typical vitamins that are made at contract manufacturers can't be made like my vitamins. We use no manufacturing additives. So when you put something in your body, you know it's 100% pure.
Right.
So you're getting the vitamins, the minerals that your body requires for healthy immune system function. We all think about all the fancy things, but when it comes to basic immune system function, B complex, vitamin C, B12, absolutely indispensable. Vitamin D, absolutely indispensable. When people are asking me what's the simplest and most affordable thing you could do for immune system support, healthy levels of vitamin D, cost pennies a day. Of course, our multivitamin, unlike the typical multivitamin, gives you separate levels of vitamin D. So when you look at my multivitamin, don't think it's one of those products that gives you token trace levels of all the different nutrients.
Right.
We give you the levels you require, whether it's vitamin D or E or C or B12. We have 250 micrograms of B12 here. I make several separate B12 products at different potencies. You'd figure that my multivitamin would have to be lower than my separate B12. No, my multivitamin is in the middle of the pack. It's 250 micrograms. We have separate B12 that's 100 micrograms. So that's how potent this product is as you look at each and every nutrient. Plus it delivers lutein, zeaxanthin, typical multivitamins, do not lycopene. So it's truly unique. It will never upset your stomach. And it is the foundation of what we define a healthy diet as. And that's the vitamins and minerals that sadly our diet is lacking. And now more than ever, I've been saying along the way here with all of the disruption that COVID-19 has caused, the one thing it has caused that's a positive thing is it's made us more conscious and aware of the things we do to support our wellness. So it's indispensable. If your doctor is telling you to manage your blood sugar, you do so. You have an even better reason to do so because that's an important thing to do to make sure that if COVID-19 comes your way, you're going to fare better if you're following your doctor's guidance on managing your blood pressure, managing your blood sugar. So beyond even a healthy diet and healthy supplementation, really, it's important that you follow your doctor's orders more, now more than ever. And of course, the best thing I could say is that hopefully, when COVID-19, and one day this too shall pass, it's going to take a little longer than maybe many of us anticipated, but hopefully what we do retain is a consciousness of how important it is to care for our health, care for our wellness, support our immune system, and it all starts with a basic multivitamin.
And for many of us who are watching tonight, it's perhaps the only item that you'll purchase. Maybe a multivitamin is all you're looking for. And all I would ask you to do, because I can quote the numbers, I can tell you there's 3,725 reviews, of which 3,200 of them are perfect 5-star. We can certainly share with you the information that makes this such a power-packed, ultra-high potent multivitamin. But what I'd ask you to do is what Andrew always says. Really do your due diligence. If you take a multivitamin right now and you order Andrew's Essential One, get it home and look at the ingredients, look at the levels, look at the content versus perhaps what you are taking right now. And when you compare yours currently to Andrew's, the decision will be made for you. The decision will be obvious. Because Andrew, if we're gonna go you know, and really do that for ourselves and take advantage of a supplement, we might as well put the best in our body.
Well, I think now more than ever, we know that cutting corners, taking shortcuts, taking half measures, and I speak in terms of science. That's what everyone relies on me to in making the products that I make. It's all about the science. And there's really no shortcuts that you get away with when it comes to science. Science is very unforgiving. Mother Nature, what was that old commercial? It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature.
Right.
Also unforgiving. So if we're going to make this effort, and with a product like this, it's really pennies a day, you might as well invest in educating yourself. And I always say that if you make the best product in the world, and forgive me, that doesn't sound very humble, but we do make the best multivitamin in the world, and each of our products is the very best of its kind. So then my job becomes not selling them. My job becomes hopefully educating you. Because if you're informed, and if you read the label on my product, we provide a lot of information, and my apologies if you don't like that, but if you want to learn about your health, and that's the most important thing and gift we all have, then that information is your opportunity to be able to make an informed decision. And the more informed you are, the more you'll choose this product. You'll choose Essential One, because not only is every form of nutrient in that, whether it's the B12 or the methylfolate, or even beyond that, what's not in the product. This is the only multivitamin you'll find in the world that there isn't a single manufacturing additive that we've put in it.
Right.
There's no binders or fillers or lubricants or flowing agents. I respect your body. I respect my body. I don't want anyone I know, any loved ones, to be putting additives in their body unnecessarily. These are incredibly important nutrients that are literally life and death for us, vitamins and minerals. They're the essential nutrients that define our healthy diet. They don't deserve to be in the company of chemical additives. So all of our products, not just Essential One, whether it's this or Ultimate Eye that we'll talk about later, they're all 100% pure, because we might not treat our body like a temple, but I view your body as a temple, and I want to make sure you're getting the purest and most beneficial product possible.
Well, as we wrap it on up just very fast, a quick telltale sign as to how your multivitamin compares to Andrew's. If your multivitamin currently looks like one of these, if yours is a rock hard tablet, it's already inferior to Andrew's, which is this capsule with a soft, fine powder inside. So if you just look at that as a side-by-side, you already get some idea of the difference in qualities between Andrew's and other multivitamins that are out there. About 30 minutes away from our today's special launch, brand new formula, completely new formula, more potent than ever before. It's Ultimate Eye Support, and of course, Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin together for the first time. Next up is our monthly special for the month of July, and it's a feel-good one. It's a see the difference and certainly feel the difference in less than 30 days. 2,500 five-star reviews, heavy legs, tired, swollen feet, swollen calves. We might be on our feet too much. Quite frankly, we might be sat down too much at the moment. This is our circulation and vein support. I say it every time because I always want to share with you behind the scenes, but the one product my mom takes home with her whenever she comes to visit is circulation and vein support, because of one of the key ingredients that I know Andrew will talk about. Tonight for our monthly special, take a look at the pricing. There's a 30, 60, 180 or 360. So, I mean, I don't want to steal Andrew's thunder here, but this is really, Andrew, $79.90 for the 360 caps. That is awesome.
And right now, this product, we haven't featured it significantly since January. We introduced the brand new formula in January, and that brand new formula contains 3 very, very important active ingredients. So it contains diosmin, which has always been the sort of the lifeblood of this formula. And then we added butcher's broom extract about 5 years ago. And we just added horse chestnut extract, all 3 of these carefully standardized. Our diosmin, you will not find another diosmin like it in America. Ours is a special granulation, which enhances its activities. What's exciting about this product, it's a 2 capsule a day product. I take 2 capsules daily. You don't have to take more. But with the changes we've made in this formula, For those of you who your budget makes it a 1 capsule a day formula, in the past I would say, I can't really see you're getting significant benefits at 1 capsule. Now I could almost say at 1 capsule, you'll be getting the benefits that, say, 5 years ago you got with 2 capsules.
Right.
So for me, that's very exciting because, yes, it's a 2 capsule a day formula, but I understand sometimes whether it's Ultimate Eye or Circulation Vein, both are 2 capsule a day formulas. I try to reformulate them so even if you could only take 1 capsule, like Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, you can still get the benefits. So this is a product that probably more than anything I make is referred to as a life-changing product. And it's one of those products I think that most people look at and think, if it works, it's probably really subtle. You can't really notice a difference. Only a small percentage of people will notice a difference. This is a product that I think almost 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews.
Correct.
About 95% are positive reviews. It truly is a remarkable product. Each of the individual ingredients in this product that we uniquely combine are offered separately in Europe by medical doctors to support the healthy circulation in their patients' legs. So diosmin in Europe needs to be recommended by a medical doctor. So it truly is whether, as Adam was saying before, whether it's your legs just have that restless sensation, whether your veins, your feet, ankle, and calves are swollen, your veins are enlarged, they're unattractive. I could read some reviews here, I'll do that in a moment, but it's a product that it's astounding in its efficacy, in its benefits, because I really don't think that we think if you're going to get benefits like this, you got to be taking a drug. And with all due respect to drugs, I leave that to doctors. That's not what I'm doing here. But this is a natural ingredient that provides natural ingredients that provide natural benefits. And we're not talking about a couple of clinical studies. We're talking about, in terms of diosmin, dozens and dozens and dozens of rigorously controlled clinical studies. The same for butcher's broom and the same for horse chestnut. So it's an incredibly rigorously, intensively researched ingredients that deliver remarkable benefits. And again, 30 days is ample time to see the benefits. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Normally, you'll see the benefits within 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, really, you have to try this. You know, everything we're going to talk about tonight is very exciting and compelling, but this is for so many of the reviews that I've read, and again, listen to my mom rave about this as she does. To be honest with you, and I don't want to embarrass Mum, luckily she's in bed asleep in England right now, but she didn't love the way her veins looked in her legs, and which was one of the real reasons why she picked this up. And so now you couldn't tear this from her arms. She will always be a customer of Andrew Lessman's Circulation and Vein Support. I honestly would love you to give it a go. 30 days is all you need to really start to experience that benefit. You know, we say on the screen 2,500 5-star reviews. That's a monstrous number in the best possible sense. Most products on HSN have 10 to 20 reviews. This is 2,500 perfect reviews. So again, I want to show you the pricing. Andrew, most people are shopping for that larger size, probably because it's, I use this word carefully, but only $79.90, which is amazing for those ingredients.
Well, for those ingredients to be at roughly 20 cents a capsule. Right. And again, for the first time, and I only said this since January, for the first time, some of you, if only for your budgetary reasons, 1 capsule per day. If you can afford it, 2 capsules per day is where you're going to get those. That's what, if you look at the clinical research and clinical science, that's the ideal way to use the product. But it's something that if you read the reviews, and I encourage you to do so, and I'll read some here, that it's an opportunity to make a profound difference in the quality of our life, in the appearance of our feet, our ankles and calves, the discomfort, even for many people, if they have issues, health problems with their lower extremity, it's an opportunity to help promote healing because it helps promote healthy circulation. So it's just a wonderful product. Why don't we maybe read a couple of the reviews here I have to my right. It's a little bit different doing it at home here. Oh, that looks very good.
Very good.
Works well. Circulation Vein Support has greatly helped my husband with restless legs at night. And for sleep at night, so many of us, even for me, in the past, if I'd go for a long bike ride, 2 or 3 hour bike ride or hike, before this, I had this product, my legs were still hiking at night or biking at night, and this just quieted down my legs. so restless legs at night, and helps keep swelling down in his ankles most of the day. He takes only one each night, which is a new innovation with this product. He wouldn't be without it. He shared the information with his pulmonologist, who agreed he should continue taking it. As we continue, amazing. Yes, it works like so many others. I'm a nurse. It seems we always call this a nurse's product because nurses spend so much time on their feet under difficult circumstances, long shifts. And I've worked in a hospital for 36 years. I always wear support stockings, but after 12-hour shifts that are especially busy, I can't sleep due to leg cramps at night. I had to get up and sit with ice packs. Wow. The very day this arrived, I had a horrible day. I took this product, went to bed, and had not even one cramp. Wow. It worked that fast. I had ordered the 180 capsule supply. I went back and ordered another bottle the next day. I will not be without these. Please try these. They are amazing. Do a couple more. Wow, what a wonderful product. I've suffered from swelling and discomfort in my legs and feet every day since and before I had my knees and hips replaced. This product really works for me. It has taken away that creepy feeling and leg jerking at night too, that restless feeling. I ran out, waited for a couple of weeks to test it, and back came all my problems. So I ordered the big size. The first time I took it, I was working in the garden, came in and sat down, and it was about an hour later I noticed my legs were not experiencing any discomfort. I will not be without it again. And you read these, you think, this has got to be really unique experiences. No, this is really consistent experiences. Again, if you look at the reviews, there's a little over 3,000 reviews, and I think almost 2,600 of them are 5-star reviews. Right. So cannot be without it. Pure miracle, pure genius product. Andrew, I adore you for being such a brilliant man. Too kind. I just pay attention to the science and Mother Nature. That's all I do. And taking care of us and making us feel better. Just when we think there may be no hope. I get leg cramps, tightness, and discomfort, and this totally helps relieve all that. I'm just speechless and in complete awe of how this works. Thank you from Lily in Ohio. And as many of these we're talking about discomfort here and restless, so many talk about enlarged blood vessels, enlarged veins, extreme swelling in their feet, ankles, and calves. Incredible. Oop, we just lost the charts. Where do we go? There I am. Back. Who was that guy? Incredible. This product had to be reviewed. I really would not believe it if I didn't experience the incredible effect it has on my life. After many doctor visits and treatment for leg discomfort over a 9-month period with no relief, by the way, we don't add the capital letters or the punctuation or change of any type, I decided to just give this a try. Here is the important issue. Within 1 week, I had minimal discomfort, and within 3 weeks, no discomfort. Thanks, Andrew, so much. I have my life back. We'll do one more. And again, the next Today Special on this will not be until January or February of next year. Right. So this will be the best pricing of this year, of 2020. This will be the best pricing. It will be a Today Special, so slightly better pricing, but that's not going to be until January, February of 2021. Leg Saver. I work in retail and stand on my feet all day long. I recently ran out and took my time to reorder. My legs were miserable for the whole week until I received them. The swelling in my ankles went away, a tingle sensation gone. I can work 8 hours, then come home, complete my workout, and then go walking for 45 minutes. I will never be without them ever again. Again, we don't add the capital letters and the explanations. Thanks, Nina in Texas. So an amazing product. If it resonates with you, I mean, it certainly resonates with me. I try to be as healthy as I can, eat as healthy as I can, but still the circulation in our extremities, it's the most challenged circulation in our body. Aging is unkind. This is a product that just naturally provides the support that so many of us need to promote that healthy circulation.
Give it a go. There's even a 30 caps option. So we talk about 30 days. You can go for the try me size if you so desire. It's just $11.90, and it's on 3 flex pay and free shipping and handling. $61.80 or the 360 caps. Really valuable at $79 and change to get the large size. You got to give it a go. Okay, we're going to head over this way because it is summertime and we need to protect our skin. We surely do. you, for our whole family. Did you know that Mr. Andrew Lessman has long been a fan of really creating and innovating in the world of sunscreens? Very recently, his latest evolution of this product arrived, Soleil. It is a non-chemical sunscreen that you feel good about using, that works wonderfully, that is great on sensitive skin, great for the children as well, and it's so fabulously priced because it is our summer special. Really quick so you can see, because looking at the numbers before, a lot of people have been buying this because of course the sun is out. The largest size, which is a big 6 ounce, and this is gonna last you a good long while. Look at the pricing for the summer special. Down from $70 to under $30. So $29.90, and that gets you this huge tube of the Soleil. So you save $40, so you're saving more than you're spending. There's the 4 ounce, which is less than 20. And of course, you've got the smaller size. I always keep one of these in my car. The 2 ounce is less than $15. Andrew, I feel like there's been an awakening, certainly with regards knowledge, information that's coming out regarding these chemical sunscreens that quite honestly, I have used. I think virtually all of us have been using for many, many years. Now we're discovering that there is a better way, and thank goodness for it.
And again, it's Mother Nature at her best. Chemical sunscreens are nasty, I think, toxic chemicals, synthetic chemicals. And I'll read some charts about the science on those in a moment. But they're nasty, toxic chemicals that if they stayed on the outside of your body, it's a nasty thing to do, but fine. Well, they don't. They get absorbed into your body. You'll find them in mother's milk, you'll find them in your urine, you'll find them in your blood if you test them. So zinc oxide is Mother Nature's, it's like a parasol. Zinc oxide doesn't work by chemically interacting with the sun. Zinc oxide works by blocking the sun. And our product is over, just if you look at the product itself, it's over 60% water and zinc oxide. It is mild, it is never oily, it will go on perfectly under your makeup. And I'll read some charts in a moment, but we had done a Today Special last year, and the more science that came out on how bad the chemical sunscreens were, I decided that we really needed to do our very best here. I look at this as a public service announcement when you talk about zinc oxide over chemical sunscreens. No one should put a chemical sunscreen on their body if they care about themselves or their health, least of all their child. It would be a horrible thing to put chemical sunscreens on a child. In fact, most children's sunscreens will be zinc oxide based. So what I decided to do is just make this absolutely ridiculously affordable. That 6 ounce tube will last you more than the summer, hopefully. But at $29 and change for the highest quality, we use the highest quality zinc oxide in the world. It's non-nano, so it's safe for the environment and it's safe for you. And also the experience using the product will be unlike any other zinc oxide product you've ever used before. But I have some great charts here that goes over some of the science, and I think there's some reviews. But this is from a serious journal, Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics. For the safety assessment of a sunscreen ingredient, it is important to determine whether systemic absorption occurs, and if so, to what extent, whether it goes in your body. This does not enter your body. Our zinc oxide stays on the outside of your body. It's non-whitening, but it doesn't enter your body. Also, it's dermatologist tested, it's pediatrician tested, it's ophthalmologist tested, so you could be assured of the utmost safety. For some, there is evidence of systemic absorption leading to detectable levels in the blood or urine. If a drug is systemically absorbed, long-term exposure raises safety concerns that should be evaluated. And because they always thought chemical sunscreens weren't absorbed, they didn't bother evaluating their safety. With the application of 40 grams of sunscreen for men containing 10% of oxybenzone and 10% of enzecamine, the daily amount absorbed into the body was estimated to be between 4 and 448 milligrams for oxybenzone. By the way, when you're taking most vitamins, you're taking lower levels of that than you're getting oxybenzone through your skin. So it's an incredibly high level that's being absorbed for women with application of just 35 grams of sunscreen. And by the way, we tend to put it on multiple times. The daily amount absorbed into the body was estimated to range from 3.5 to 480 milligrams. 3.5 milligrams, that's more than the RDA of vitamin B1 or B2 or B12. When I think of that, that's absolutely crazy. And that's what's getting in our body when we're using chemical sunscreens. From the Journal of the American Medical Association. In the recent FDA proposed rule for the OTC monograph, active ingredients zinc oxide and titanium dioxide were found to be generally recognized as safe. That's a designation that lets us know something is safe. GRAS, G-R-A-S, generally recognized as safe and effective. While for 12 active ingredients, all the chemicals, sinoxate, dioxybenzone, enzyl sulfazone, whatever that is, homosolate, meridamate, octinoxanate, octolacylate, octocrylene, pataminate O. These are all oxybenzone, avobenzone. These are all the chemical sunscreens that are in all the chemical products we use. There was insufficient data to make a generally recognized as safe and effective determination. Thus, more data has been requested, and we know they get in our body. So I was just going to run forward here because we have some reviews before we run out of time on this one. Oh, we already did, I guess. Easy on application. I just had 4 precancerous spots removed from my forehead last fall. So it's sunscreen from now on. Unlike other pasty sunscreens, this product is a light lotion that goes on fast and easy. It absorbs immediately and dries to a matte finish just as fast. So there's no greasy mess on your face and body. That's why it's great with makeup. The product has a very light, fresh, clean scent. It smells like cinnamon to me, but by no means overpowering. Please bring on the larger sizes soon. Summer starts early here in Vegas. Great Lessman product. All Lessman products are great, thank you. This is no exception. It is not oily or greasy feeling, also has a nice fresh scent. The biggest thing for me is that it does not irritate my eyes like other brands do. One thing, when we run out of this summer special, we will not have any until next year, just so everyone knows. So when this summer special runs out over the next month or two, we will be out of this until May of next year.
Okay.
Best primer, moisturizer, and sunscreen ever. I was amazed after the first use. I was attending a group function and needed to get my face together in a hurry. I grabbed the sample of Soleil and slapped it on my face, and out the door I went. I felt complete without using anything else. It's a perfect matte finish. It absorbed well and felt like a primer, moisturizer, and sunscreen all in one bottle because it's intended to be that. Well done, Andrew. I love you and your products. I can see and feel the difference in my health. The quality of your products is hands down the best ever. Best sunscreen ever.
As you can tell, we love it, and so do all of the reviewers out there that have placed the reviews online. You gotta try it. If you're gonna use a sunscreen, and we have to use a sunscreen, you should use Soleil. Thank you for shopping with us. We're about T-minus 12 minutes before our today's special launch. We're gonna turn our attention to our first line of defense for helping to support healthy blood sugar and healthy insulin metabolism. And we're gonna talk about cinnamon. Properly standardized, a wonderful, wonderful ingredient with years of research validating the ingredients that are in it. Andrew, this is always an interesting one. Whenever we do our shows together on a Monday, there's always a lot of questions about blood sugar and what you can have and what's in the line to help support. And this is where we always steer folks.
And I always say, whether it's blood sugar, whether it's blood pressure, these are the things that we need to manage over the course of our life, because if we don't, it affects the course of our life.
Right.
And even it's an important wake-up call. I talked about this earlier. We need to follow our doctor's guidance and make sure that we're managing our blood pressure, managing our blood sugar now more than ever. Very important to do. This is another one of those products where my job is to pay attention to the science and then get out of Mother Nature's way. So it's very easy to look at cinnamon bark extract and just say, hey, we'll just throw it in a tablet, throw it in a capsule, all done. Wonderful product for supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism. Not that easy, because we know that there's certain components in cinnamon bark extract that deliver those benefits. So if I'm going to deliver on the promise of Mother Nature's benefit, I need to make sure that we analyze the cinnamon bark extract to make sure it's delivering and how much it's delivering of that beneficial component. So it's kind of, you have to have one foot in sort of each camp, the science and the nature. So science tells us what the component is that delivers that benefit, but nature is where we have to go to make sure that we deliver the benefit. And as I say, my job is generally to just get out of the way, to deliver those benefits and to make sure you get them without any problems, without any issues. And this is a wonderful natural product that is an incredibly easy to use tool to deliver the additional benefits that so many of our doctors or healthcare providers are recommending that we do to support the other things, the medicines we might be taking, and the dietary changes we might be making as well.
It's very affordable, as you'll see from our pricing chart. The normal pricing's affordable, but with the special savings, very much so. 30, 60, 120, or 240. There's the HSN pricing, so after the event is over. Whilst Andrew is here, you can see $10.90 through $44.90. So for the largest size, just $44.90. That's on 3 FlexPay, free shipping and handling, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Andrew, you do always talk about the standardizing of the cinnamon. And, you know, I open one of the capsules and it smells, I mean, delightful, obviously. But
right.
The way this is done, it's done to maximize the benefits, right?
Yeah, we're not focused with this product on the flavor or fragrance. But of course, it does inherit that flavor and fragrance. I was smiling before because you said whilst I was here. It's nice to have someone who uses the English language so in such a lovely fashion. We Americans don't say things like whilst. We'll say while we're here. So that was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
No, I appreciate that. But with cinnamon, it's something that I often sprinkle it on my oat bran. What Muriel will do when she makes her little kind of cappuccino in the morning, she'll sprinkle it on her cappuccino. So it still smells wonderful. In fact, one of the things we're working on, we actually have finished a turmeric product. We have a turmeric spice coming out. We, of course, have our turmeric capsule, that 95% curcuminoids and all of that. But standard turmeric spice is 1% turmeric. Standard cinnamon is going to have low levels of the compounds that support healthy blood sugar. So what we'll want to do eventually is make a cinnamon spice that delivers 10 to 20 times more of the blood sugar supportive compounds that this supplement provides. So we'll take what we've learned from this product and one day create a cinnamon spice for you to use at home. But right now, the only way you get the delivery of those compounds that we specifically target in the science to deliver those benefits in terms of supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism, supporting healthy insulin metabolism, just to have a natural tool that supports something that's so important, whether we focus on it in terms of our diet, whether we focus on it in terms of taking the medications our doctor might recommend. This is, you know, whether many of us might be taking things like metformin or something like that. There's no conflict with this natural ingredient. It's not a drug, it's not a medicine. Just look at it as part of those natural lifestyle steps we should all take. It's not like if your doctor tells you to take a medicine, say you're taking a cholesterol-lowering medicine, that you throw caution to the wind and start having steak at every meal, or foie gras, or whatever it might be. You, of course, try to make sure that your diet and lifestyle decisions and your supplement decisions work hand in hand with the advice or the medicines your doctors have recommended. And that's what I really intend with all the products I make. We'll talk about Ultimate Eye at midnight, and it's really important on a product like that because our eyes are all aging and our vision will not be getting better. So we best make sure our diet and lifestyle and supplements are working hand in hand to ensure a better outcome, a better future, or ultimately we'll all end up saying, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. Now's the time to start. There's a wake-up call going on all the time around us. So hopefully we pay heed and listen to our doctors and do the little things that we can do to make a very big difference.
Indeed, you need to do it whilst you can. That's the goal of today. Thank you for your orders at 093534, your item number. Let's go over this way. Andrew just alluded to it, and it is coming up. We're 5 minutes from midnight. The best way to look after your eyes, to help protect your eyes, age-related changes, to really get a grip on supporting our body with what it needs. Ultimate Eye Support, an all-new formula, is just minutes away. The best formula ever at the lowest price. Before we get there though, let's talk cranberry. Cranberries are great, but they're just not that nice if you don't lace it with sugar, right? Cranberries can have so many benefits: bladder, kidney, urinary tract. Andrew's supplement here has long been a customer favorite, extremely affordable at $39.90. That's for the largest size, and a world, and I mean truly a world of validation by science on, Andrew, what is a very traditional ingredient. If you search out cranberry, there's a lot of information about it.
Yeah, it's cinnamon. we've always had all sorts of traditional benefits attributed to cinnamon we were talking about before. But until we really got into the science and could measure impact on, say, potentially blood sugar levels and supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism, we didn't know. But cranberry, on the other hand, that's something that for centuries, its benefits to the bladder, kidneys, urinary tract have been sort of legendary. So I always say, if you're looking for a poster child for a natural ingredient, look how pretty that pink color is. That's amazing.
Yeah, fabulous.
But if you're looking for a poster child, and what you see there is we get a lot of cranberry in that capsule. So it's literally packed into that capsule. There's no additives at all. There's no binders or fillers or lubricants or anything like that. But that's the natural, beautiful pink color of cranberry. So, but if you look at this product, I think it's 4.6 or 4.7 stars. It's 95% positive reviews. 4.8 stars, 4.8 stars.
Yeah.
Virtually a perfectly reviewed product. It's just a great opportunity to, as I say, the traditional medicine was there and talking about cranberry. Then the Western medicine decided to do all their clinical studies and do their analyses and make sure that it was validated. And so now you have an ingredient that my job, once again, is to get those natural ingredients, target those compounds that are going to benefit you, and then get out of Mother Nature's way. So pay attention to the science and then find the way to deliver the natural benefits of the natural ingredient that the science has confirmed and the science has validated and proven. But again, it's going back to nature and making sure that, as with most supplement manufacturers, they're contract manufactured. So we make everything ourselves. So this is an incredibly straightforward product. We made sure we found the best cranberry in the world that's validated as such, and then we just deliver it to you in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule that will never upset your stomach and guarantees the benefits you seek.
And pricing again, $39 and change, and that's for the largest size. So take advantage if you've never tried it, if you've known about the benefits of cranberry, but you want to make sure you're getting the best ultra high potency. This is the way to go. And Andrew just mentioned it, and it's important to elaborate. These items are made for you in Henderson, Nevada, in a facility like you've never ever seen. I mean, it's a world-class, quite honestly, a world-first facility, which is all solar powered. I don't believe there's any other vitamin company in the world today that manufactures vitamins the way Andrew does. This is a shot of the facility where your cranberry is going to be coming from. Andrew, it's a marvel. It really is a marvel.
No, it's what I'm most proud of is our facility, the conditions under which we make the products, of course, but the fact that it's no carbon footprint, entirely solar powered. It's making a commitment not just to the quality and purity of your products, because when you have a large manufacturing operation, there's consequences for manufacturing. I want to make sure, as I always say about going out in nature, which is why I spend every summer for 30 years in Aspen, is I love spending time out in nature. And I believe it's a Native American saying that when you go out in nature, the only thing you take from nature are memories.
Right.
And the only thing you leave behind are footprints. So despite the fact that we're making, say, when we do the Today Special, there'll be tens of millions of capsules. That would take an enormous amount of energy. There's consequences to that. We don't want there to be consequences. We want the product to be 100% pure and additive-free to you, and then we want our work and job of making the product to be inconsequential to the environment as well. So we try to be the most responsible company possible. So not only will you enjoy the benefits of the product, but if you have a conscience in terms of how you shop, then knowing we don't have a carbon footprint, that we're environmentally responsible, that for every bottle that you order, we give away 3 bottles of prenatal vitamins to a needy mother, 1/4 of them right here in America. In fact, in America, I'd say a substantial percentage, we talked about that Native American saying, a substantial percentage of the prenatal vitamins that are donated here in urban areas, rural areas, but on Native American reservations as well here in the US. So we get to not just focus on our health, which is the most important thing we can do, is focus on our health and well-being and those we love, but we get to also return it to others who don't have the luxury to be able to focus on their health.
And we're very proud, truly very proud to be doing that with the help of all of our wonderful customers. So of course we thank you. We're gonna wrap up our presentation right now on our cranberry. If you missed anything in the show, you could see it all online at hsn.com. I invite you to go there and search Andrew Lessman or vitamins, and you'll see Andrew's entire assortment. Spend some time, read some of the reviews, get a feel for why people love this line, the good that it can do when you invest in yourself. Well, tonight we're gonna invest in the quality of our eyes, looking after them, protecting them with our once-a-year biggest value on ultimate eye support. It starts right now.